Hey everyone, welcome to Buzzing About Romance Happy Hour Edition. I am Becky, and joining me for this episode is Heather. Hi, Heather.
Hello.
And special guest author joining us this evening is author Kat Mizera. Welcome to
Hi,
Happy
everyone.
Hour. You were one of our very first ever Happy Hour guests when we originally launched the series.
I remember.
So we're excited to have you back.
I'm so psyched to be here.
Um, So, we are here this evening to celebrate the start of a new series for you. Um, book one, well, the series is the LA Phantoms,
Yes.
and on Tuesday you released Power Play, which is book one in the series.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed this book. I'm really excited to talk to you about this because I have thoughts, and Heather and I have already disagreed with it before we jumped on here. I mean, Heather likes it too, but
Yes, I did. I really liked it.
Hit me with all your thoughts.
Um, okay, so the rules of the night, you can ask all the questions in the chat. We'll do our best to answer them. In the description of the video are the links to all the places to connect with Kat. Stick around, like, and subscribe because we'll be back. We've got a bunch of really cool happy hours coming up in the next couple weeks. So we'll kick things off in our traditional Booth way. It is National Margarita Day. Did everybody know this? I did not know this until just a minute ago.
Yes.
Mm-mm.
No.
No, right?
I didn't know
Missed
either.
opportunity, you guys. So Kat, what are you drinking this evening?
Vodka with lemonade.
Nice. That's classic. I like. I like.
Simple. It's a weeknight. I got to keep it chill.
I get it. I'm a vodka gimlet girl. Like, give me some
Ooh.
lime and simple. Yum. I'm in. Heather, what are you drinking tonight? I know it's a school night. Heather's like,
It's
I
a
have to go
school
to
night.
school
Dr.
tomorrow.
Pepper. It's a full moon, friends, and I'm in middle school, so I have to be on my toes tomorrow.
I didn't realize it was a full moon.
Yes, so
I,
just Dr. Pepper for me.
I'm just drinking water, but look at this really fun mug this tumbler my sister sent me. It says, "Here I am, let the shenanigans begin." It's from Bucky's. She's a corporate trainer for them, and she saw that and thought of
Thought of
me.
you.
Who would have thought
Yeah,
that shenanigans makes people think of me?
weird.
Weird.
Imagine.
Imagine that. Okay, Kat. So for those who are watching that might not know you, I feel like we know you. Like,
Been here a few times.
yeah, I mean, we know you. We know your books. But we want to let people kind of get a chance to know who you are. So let's just start with the basics. Why romance?
Who doesn't love love? I mean, I guess there are people who don't. I know tons of people who don't read romance, male and female. But for me, who doesn't love love? And I'm a huge cozy mystery reader. But when it came to writing my own books, I wanted to do love. The idea that with romance, every book has a happy ending. That is the literal definition of a romance novel. You can write a love
Yeah.
story that doesn't have a happy ending, but if you're going to categorize it as romance, it has a happy ending, or at least, a happy-ish ending, happy for now, something like that.
Right.
For me, that fills my soul. Life is hard enough. If I'm going to read something fabulous and romantic and sweet, I want it to be a happy ending, and romance gives that to me.
So I started reading romance kind of young. And we actually, Heather and I and our friend Lindsay, we have an upcoming episode. We're going to talk about our gateway into romances. But I'll be honest, I didn't know there were people out there reading books that didn't have happy endings in them. I'm so confused by this. Like, I love a cozy mystery. I think I'm two behind in Janet Ivanovich's Stephanie Plum series. And I read a couple of other really cute cozy mysteries. And I do think cozy mysteries don't get as much love as they should. Because I
Agreed.
think of like the Joanna Fluke has the chocolate chip cookie murder series.
Yep. The
That one's
Hannah
great.
Swenson.
Yeah. And they have recipes for cookies in the books, you guys.
And she throws romance in there.
Right.
So best of both worlds. And Joanna Campbell Slan writes fantastic. She has a scrapbooking one that, oh my gosh, I just love it.
Yeah. So I never realized there were people actually out there reading books that people didn't stay together and happily ever afters. authors. I don't know.
Oh, women's fiction. And
I can I mean, I've read some women's fiction, but even like Jennifer Cruzy, who leans a little more towards women's fiction, all her stuff has happily for nows at least. You know, she's that borderline romance women's fiction. But I've never picked up a Nicholas Sparks. Well, to burn it, maybe.
well, I don't disparage any fellow authors, but that is not my jam. That whole death, dying, apart forever, lost the love of your life. That's too
No.
Bridges of Madison County for me.
I will be honest, I actually emailed an author recently because I was reading a book and I thought the dog died. And I was like, I need to know right now. Like right now if this dog is going to die, because if they are, I'm putting the book down and I'm not reading it, but I love you. They were like, no,
funny.
the dog is fine. And I'm just like, okay, because everybody gets happy ever afters, you know.
Okay, Kat, what is your favorite trope to read and trope to write?
Why are you going to ask the really hard question?
I don't know.
Really have a favorite trope to write because I don't want to write the same thing over and over, right? And I mean, obviously I have, I don't know, 70 something books. So there are repeated tropes, of course,
Yep.
but I try not to focus on one thing. Like, you know, I have a single dad defending Danny.
Yeah.
That book changed the course of my career, but I'm not going to continue to write single dad, single dad, single dad. Yes, there've been other single dads, and I do like single dad. That's a fun one. For reading, I kind of like the single mom trope.
Interesting.
Not single dad, single mom. I kind of like that, making it on my own. Don't need a man to save me, although it would be kind of cool if he did.
Yeah.
I always, and for whatever reason, Kat, when I think of you, I always think of second chances. A lot of my favorite books from you are second chance romance.
Yeah, I do write those and I have another one coming up that's going to be a doozy. The final book in the Rock Harder series.
Yeah.
In late April, Rock On. That is a big second chance. And anybody who's read the first 3 books in the series, we've been teasing up to this one.
Is it going to make us cry? Because
yeah.
That's a bummer.
Did you read Rock Bottom?
I don't. So
she doesn't do rock stars.
I did.
I did. I have read the rock stars, but actually, and it's so funny because everybody thinks of Kat, the hockey romance author, but to be honest, my top favorite books from you are the rock stars.
Really?
I love them. And you capture, and I think, I don't know if it's because I know that you have a background in journalism. I don't know if it's that, but the way that you build the story and the descriptive narrative, it's just so well done.
Thank you.
I love your rock stars, but I'm a fool for a rock star, especially like a rock star that's a total man whore and the woman can just change his heart. Like, reformed playboy?
Okay, I lied. That might be my favorite trope to write.
A reformed playboy? Come on.
Reformed playboys, yeah.
Heather, stop rolling your eyes.
I think what maybe I don't know. Maybe I need to pick up Rockstar again, but it's just like maybe I had some bad experiences with them.
Kat series is really good.
Pick up Rock Bottom. If you don't love it, text me and we'll talk about it, because that book is going to make you cry. Absolutely.
All right. Well, I'll read it and then I'll tell you what I think in Denver when we see each other in Denver. Because you and Demi convinced me I had to go to Denver. So now I'm going to Denver.
Becky, are you going to be there?
No, not Denver. It's just not in the books right now. That stinking tax bill. I was supposed to, Sawyer Bennett was trying to convince me to come to Raleigh to TNT.
Yeah.
And she's like, just come. You can stay at my house. And I'm like, you're so sweet. But I have a tax bill still. And I think it was Carrie and Ryan was like, come to Sweetgrass. Come on, just come. And I was like, again, I still have a tax bill. Not
We
this,
all have a tax bill.
right?
We all do.
The spring is just not, it just doesn't work. I'm trying to think. I don't think I'll see you this year because I have Columbus, Louisville, and Lexington. And I don't think
No,
you're on those three.
no. In the US, I'm doing Raleigh and Vegas.
Yeah.
And then I have Paris, Toronto, and Edinburgh.
Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds like a fun year.
My goal 2025 is I think I'm just going to stalk Kelly Jamison on 2025.
I get to meet her Denver.
I know you get to meet her in Denver. Anyway,
One of my besties.
I know she is. And it's so funny because, and have you been writing as long as Kelly has, or did you kind of come in?
I mean,
Yes.
writing, yes. Publishing, no.
No.
She started way before me.
So
I want to say 2007, maybe she
Yeah.
started publishing.
So Kelly and Sawyer were my start into hockey romance. And then you go into the library and you look it up, all the other hockey. And that was where I stumbled upon your books. Were in my library and found them that way. And I think I picked up in the middle of like the Alaskan blizzards, maybe.
Oh, yeah.
So
There's a second chance for you.
yes.
Uh-huh.
So no, I won't be in Denver this year, but 2025 hockey authors are on my list for 2025.
All
Come to
right.
Knoxville.
Ooh.
Oh, are
Is
you
that Knoxville?
the Knoxville in August?
Yeah.
I'm working at that one as a PA.
Oh,
So,
well then, there we go.
I'll be at that one. I just got asked the other night if I could come be the PA for an author at that one.
Susie said she loves the Sidewinders. Yes.
The Vegas
series is super fun.
Who loves the Sidewinders?
Susie.
Susie.
I think Susie's headed to Denver too, isn't she, Heather?
Well, Susie, I think you met Susie in Iowa. She was with me there in Iowa when we met.
Okay.
So Kat, do you have a favorite type of hero? Do you like the alpha hole? Do you like just the alpha? Do you like the cinnamon roll? Do you like the stern brunch daddy, the golden retriever? Who's your favorite kind of hero?
I like the alpha cinnamon roll. Like I need a guy to be tough and strong, hockey players. But I need him once he's decided, that she's the one, I need him to be not overprotective, but protective and caring and all the cinnamon roll things except in an alpha package.
Yeah. I like that. I consider that to be kind of the stern brunch daddy. Like little hard on the outside, but,
Nice and gooey on the inside.
Nice and gooey, a little extra. Sue is asking, do you have a favorite real life hockey team?
Oh goodness, yes. So I am a born and raised Floridian. The Florida Panthers are my first love. I adore my Florida Panthers, but I live in Atlanta where we don't have hockey. So I've had to broaden my horizons. My husband is a lifelong New Yorker, so we follow the New York Rangers. The Sidewinders were my first fictional hockey babies. And not long after I wrote the Sidewinders, Las Vegas got a real life team, the Golden Knights. And so I fell in love with them as well. So yes, 3 teams that I follow.
That you follow. Heather, in your world, are those 3 teams like okay to be okay? No, they're the worst.
For sure not the Knights. No, we're not huge fans of them here.
Heather,
somebody
we were doing something and someone said something about, I don't know, maybe a Dallas team or something. And Heather's like, no.
So the reason for Dallas, and Kat probably knows this because of hockey, we were the North Stars and Dallas bought the North Stars. And so there's a lot of bad blood.
Okay.
There. So.
Okay. So that's why you hate them. I understand.
Mm-hmm.
You're just a little petty, a little bitter about hockey. Got it.
The whole state is petty and bitter about it.
Minnesota's supposed to be like the nicest state.
But you have the Wild. What is there to be?
We do. We didn't have professional hockey for a long time. So that was
hello. Going on more than 10 years here.
they keep saying, I keep hearing that Atlanta keeps
They
like
just
wanting.
they just greenlit a project, so we'll see if it makes it through all the red tape to become a team.
Yeah,
I'm
that'd be
trying to
fun.
think. I can go 90 minutes north and hit the Red Wings. I can go 90 minutes south and hit the Blue Jackets. And 3 hours east, and I'm in Pittsburgh.
And Chicago can't be far.
About 4.5 hours. 5 hours to Chicago. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm far from hockey. It's 4 hours to Nashville, 6 hours to Raleigh, 7 hours to Tampa.
Yeah.
So,
That's a long way to travel for some hockey.
yep.
Was there an inspiration for this LA team?
No, it was time for I was antsy to start a new series. And after writing the Alaska series, and I've never been to Alaska, I struggled with it because I've never even been there. And as much as I loved it, I felt I felt out of my element. And it's not about having lived there or, it's all fiction, but it's really hard to create a world in a place you've never been. So I decided I'm going to try my best to write places that I've been. And I lived in LA for 6 years. I've been gone since 1995, but I still miss it every day.
How
I
do
know a lot of people
you
hate LA, but I loved it.
you love LA? How do you make the choice to start a new series and spin off like that? Is it just like you said, you're antsy, or sometimes you've just felt like you've done everything you can do in that area and you need to try something new?
I rarely end a series officially, because I always want to keep my options open to go back and revisit a team maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes because the series isn't selling very well, that is not the case with the Knights, and the Knights are not done. I have at least 3 more planned. I just needed something different. And when we started talking about the Kickstarter and doing the Bang Brothers, I didn't want to link it to Lauderdale. I really wanted something fresh and different.
Yeah.
So I decided it was time for a new series.
Gretchen's asking, how does this new series connect to any of the other series?
I'm so glad you asked.
Great question, G.
In the Lauderdale Nights, the last book was Cheap Shot. Cheap Shot features a heroine named Sloane and a hero named Johan. And Sloane is one of Johan's teammates' long lost sister. I'm not going to give anything away, but she was a runaway when they were teenagers, and he hasn't seen her in more than 10 years. And then she comes back into his life and she meets his teammate and she likes him, but he has laid down the law and said, guys, stay away from her. I just got her back in my life. I don't want any of you screwing this up for me to make her not want to come around.
Yeah.
Her backstory is that she used to be married to the son of the late owner of the Phantoms.
Oh.
So the two brothers that are fighting the late owner's wife, who is the heroine in Power Play, she used to be married to one of them. So, and then Gabe is the backup goalie in Lauderdale. They bring him in and he's kind of a jerk. Nobody likes him, but
He
he's
is
really
the biggest
untrue.
jerk.
No, I loved him from page 1. So
I'm reading along and I'm like, oh, dude's an asshole. Like, how long? I'm like, he's got work to do. Like, this is a do-it-yourself kind of project for the heroine. And I'm like, I don't know how long and so I'm invested in him, but I'm thinking, like, there are a couple times where I'm like, Harper, just dick punch him. Just go in, just take him out. Because he's such a jerk.
When you meet him in a book called Sure Shot, which is, I think, book 5 in the Knights series. And that's when he first gets there. And he's an he's an asshole. He is absolutely an asshole.
Yeah, he's not like, there's no, I don't know, he doesn't have a really great personality. And we were talking before, Heather's like, well, he's a goalie and they're different.
Mhm.
I know this firsthand. I'm married to one, 26 years.
They are different. Okay, so everyone else, Kat, may say he is a jerk and Becky is wrong. I liked him. Like, I felt like he, was going to redeem himself. And so far, he has.
He,
So
Oh, you haven't gotten to the very end. He really redeems himself at the end.
he,
I should just let everyone know. I didn't get the book until yesterday. And
She
so I've been feverishly reading, and I have a job,
yeah,
unfortunately.
Becky sucks. And Heather didn't get the book till yesterday.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
No,
I should have just
Next
got it
time,
on
reach out
Kobo.
to me. Next time, reach out to me personally if Becky forgets.
If Becky
It's
forgets.
fine.
Like, if it's like 3 days before and you're like, crap, Becky, am I going to have a book here or what? Just,
I know Gretchen's laughing because she's like, well, Becky hates him and Heather likes him. So now everyone wants to pick a side. So they're going to just read it.
just read it. Yeah, I'll tell you what. In the end, he does redeem himself, but Harper is. So I think that's something that I really do enjoy. You give us female heroines with backbone. And you tend, I never, I, ex, you've had a couple of younger heroines that do have a little bit of immaturity about them, but I never think, oh, they're too stupid to live. What is wrong with them? You give us heroines with backbone, and Harper, so Gabe and Harper, they're a little older. They're a little more maturity. I mean, Gabe didn't have a ton of
45.
maturity. He lacked some decision-making issues. But Harper is solid, and she has a backbone, and she doesn't put up with his crap.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
And I loved her for that. Like, I have a bit of a girl crush on her.
That makes my heart so happy.
She is awesome. Like, because she's now the owner of this hockey team, and she is just kicking ass and taking names.
Yeah.
I'm not putting up with anything.
Well, and LA's a mess. Like, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that they're walking into this team that's a mess. It's messy. And it's going to take you a couple of books for us, for the team to get into the flow and be like, well, solid, put together, which I love watching that kind of get unraveled.
I think it's going to be fun to write it. I'm looking forward to, and I have a lot of, I don't want to give anything away, but you know what happens at the end? That big thing that happens at the end where he redeems himself. I'm going to have more of that type of thing in all the books. So we're talking about, it is not an explosion, but think explosions and
I
things.
love the over the top grovel. Like, get on your knees, crawl on your belly, and let her know that you love her. Like, I mean, do the grovel, do the work. I love to read it.
I also love that they're messy. Like, he is not perfect. Neither one of them are perfect. Divorced 3 times. I mean, he's been divorced 3 times. And I'm not ruining anything because
No,
you
that's
learn that
part of his
page 1.
personality. Yep, that's backstory. Yep.
But Gabe and her,
And
go
and
ahead.
she's a widow. She's a widow. So
Mhm.
she was married after they got, because they were young, they were together. She was his first wife, his first divorce, and then she remarried to this much older man who then leaves her this team. He gets cancer. And while he's dying, his sons take over the team and he realizes they're not cut out for it.
Yeah.
So he leaves her the team. And, he makes it in his will. He leaves his sons pretty much his entire fortune. And, we're talking about a billionaire here. And so when the boy, and he doesn't leave her on paper, he doesn't leave her anything but the team. So, when they take it to court to fight her, the judge is basically like, my dudes, stop wasting everybody's time.
Right.
Take the $1 billion that your daddy left you and go live your life. The team
Mhm.
belongs to her. Done. But it takes a while to get there.
I did like this second chance. It had kind of similar vibes to Marriage in Crisis, even though they're divorced in a second chance. Like they had that early young love, that first love connection. And I think there's magic in first love. Even if it isn't your forever love, there's still that little bit of magic. And these two come back together and it's just magic because it makes him not be a jerk anymore. Like he went from being the beast to the prince by the end of the book because he was a beast, Heather.
Yeah, there is a part. Actually, I was eating dinner with my kids. So my husband has conferences. So I'm eating and I'm laughing. And the boys are like, "What's so funny?" And I read them 2 pages when they were all golfing. And they were like, "Oh my gosh." It was just a funny like banter with the team, which is I love that. I need to have the banter. And these guys are epic in this team.
Her kids came in. This is what happens when you're live. Sometimes you get kids. Um, so it's kind of fun that you're in LA because LA has the potential for lots of really cool things. Rock stars, movie stars, you've got the beach, you've got LA is kind of like its own little micro universe that, can kind of infiltrate into the sports world a little easier. So what kinds of fun things might you see happening with your LA series?
Well, Ivan is going to be book 2. Now, for those of you that do read my rock stars, if you recall, Harper's friend, Cheyenne, she was in the Rock Harder series. She used to date one of the heroes, and she is not an ugly ex. They were dating, they ended it amicably. She shows up in a few scenes where she's delightful and funny and kind. And so I had a lot of readers say, "Hey, what, is Cheyenne getting a book? Is she coming back?" And so I brought her into this series as Harper's friend, and she has friend zoned Ivan. So book 2 is going to be him trying to make his way out of the friend zone. So that'll be kind of fun.
That'll be fun. So he's crushing on her.
And we got their meet cute, kind of.
Yeah. In Power Play, they all go out one night, and that's how they meet.
Okay.
And if you recall, there's a few scenes where Gabe is like, "I think he's into her." And she said, and Harper says, "Yeah, good luck with that." Cheyenne is not looking for a boyfriend. She is, top supermodel in the world. So she is not in the market for a man, and she's only 23. So she's a little young. I have trouble writing the younger ones now that I'm in my late 50s, but I can't write all the same. They all just have to be different. The one I'm currently writing, they're both 28 and 29. The last one was 35 and 36. I think with Cheyenne and Ivan, it's going to be like 23, 24, and I think he's 27, 28.
Which, to be honest, I appreciate. It's only been in the last 3 or 4 years as my children are hitting the new adult age. I have that 21 and that 18-year-old, almost 19, and it's like, oh, no, I can't read this. There's a little bit of an ick factor now. Like, no. But I like seeing mature.
Too, right, Kat? Your kids are young adults.
My children are 18 and 24.
Yeah. So you start to think, oh, okay. But I like seeing the more mature couple. Like, I loved Gabe and Harper. I loved that they were older. It was because they had that lived experience and that comfort of a lived experience that did really well for this story.
And I think, in real life, I don't know the exact stats, but if you Google it, I want to say like professional athletes have a 60% divorce rate.
Oh, wow.
And I think basketball is 70%, football is 60 or 70, and hockey is in the 50 to 60 range, I think. I looked it up once, but I can't remember. So I'm going to bring a little bit of that into the LA series. I mean, I've always had divorced guys here and there, but I think I'm going to hit it a little harder in the LA series because LA is just a tough town.
Yeah.
Mhm.
There's a lot more things that can play into your relationship in LA,
Yeah.
you know? Um, okay. So what would you say the overall vibes then of the LA series are going to be? Kind of that glitz and glamour of sports in Los Angeles, or?
It's going to be glitz and glamour with a touch of suspense because I can't give anything away, but at the end of Power Play, the whole thing with the two brothers is not completely resolved.
Right, right.
So that's sort of going to be an ongoing arc. Those two aren't going to go away for a bit. And there's going to be some suspense and maybe some natural disasters, and coupled with the glitz and glamour of Hollywood, I think all the heroines are going to be strong, independent women who make a lot of money on their own, not looking, not looking for a man to take care of them.
I love that.
Nice.
I am here for
Love
that.
it.
I'm going to need all these books now, Kat. So,
Hustle up.
get a move
Well,
on,
Foul
sister.
Play is book 2. It's Ivan and Cheyenne. It is up for pre-order.
Yep. Well,
When does that come? April?
June.
Is that? Yeah, 'cause
April is the final book in the Rock Harder series.
Mhm.
Which is also set in LA, and I've had a lot of venturing back to LA.
did you
in my
convince, are you on your way for a trip to LA soon then?
We were there summer before last. I took the family for the first time. They had never been. And that was poignant. It really was. Walking up and down the Hollywood Strip, showing them places that I partied for 6 years. And a lot of my memories and restaurants that I loved. And we drove past my apartment where I used to live. I used to live in a little house that I rented, and it's been torn down and now it's apartments. So I stood on the street corner like, I don't know what this is.
That's so fun. Okay, so you have another project outside of just your normal, I write books, but you have this other project that you're doing that's books with 5 other romance hockey authors. So it's a total of 6 of you. And you and I talked about it a week ago, Monday, that you kicked off the Bang. Well, I guess it's the Bang siblings.
It's Bang Brothers Hockey.
Bang Brothers Hockey, but the sister has a book.
Right, she does. So there's 6 siblings. It's Bang Brothers Hockey, but our little tagline is "Don't forget Annie." Annie is their sister. She is the second youngest. It is Elise Faber, Jamie Davenport, Kelly Jameson, Gina Ozzie, and Catherine Fox, along with me. 6 siblings, and we're each writing a book. The thing that ties, and the books are tied to our own series. I don't remember off the top of my head. I know Jamie is linked to her Portland series. Elise's is linked, I think, to the Oakland Eagles.
Yeah, her Eagles. Yes. And Gina's her
Gina's the
Knoxville.
Tennessee Thunderbolts. I think Kelly is the Bears.
Yeah. And Catherine's is her Boston series.
Yes. Yeah.
So I only did some light stalking.
What?
I only did some light stalking.
Light stalking, yeah. So, and one of the gimmicks of the whole project is that they have their mom, who recently retired from her job as a teacher, and right after that, her lifelong best friend passed away. And she's lonely. She's happily married, but their dad coaches college hockey. So he's busy from September to March. He's busy, traveling with the team and working and practices. So she's alone, and she's decided that she wants her children to find love. Her second oldest, which is Jacob, is divorced with twin 5-year-olds. That's Jamie's book. and Kingston is just living the single life. And so she goes and she starts matchmaking, and she's going to go from each kid. She's just going to make a trip and make an appearance, determined to find a way to get them thinking about romance.
I can't wait. I'm so excited for these. Now, the Kickstarter ends next Thursday, the 29th of February. So that's to get the special editions. And if you go, I'll put the Kickstarter page in the chat. I think I hit the right thing. If you go and check it out, there's sampling of the artwork. They're beautiful. However, if money, we get it, budgets, all that kind of stuff. The actual books will be available throughout the summer. You guys are releasing them, but there is like some smaller tiers in this one. There
is a tier a $5 tier where you just get Mama Bang's letter, because she keeps her diary. She keeps a diary, and she writes to her dead best friend, kind of just keeping her up on everything that's going on now that she can't tell her anymore. Plus a recipe book where we compiled some really fun recipes that we pulled either from our own lives or from people we know. There's, I think it's a $40 level where you're going to get all 6 of the ebooks, brand new ebooks, and you're going to get them before anybody else, along with the recipe book and all the little digital rewards from that $5 level. So really, it's not costing you more, and you're getting them early.
Yeah, because it's 6 books at $6.99 a piece. Yeah.
Yeah. So plus the little digital extras, it's a really, it's exciting.
The interior, though, for these hardbacks, and I'll be honest, I haven't backed yet because I'm tax bill. I keep looking at them because the interior artwork for these books is gorgeous.
It is true. I mean, when we were working on the artwork, we were working with artists. We had one person created the covers, other people created the interior artwork, all the different things that we are offering. All of us are like, okay, no matter how many we sell, everyone is ordering at least one set of everything for themselves, because we are so excited and the artwork is so pretty. And there are going to be interior full color images.
Yeah. It's pretty fancy. Michelle asked, she had not read any of your books yet. Where should I start? And to be honest, you can start right here at Power Play. I think Power Play is a great place to start. And then it'll probably lead you back to Fort Lauderdale, because I think I've only read the first 2 books in Fort Lauderdale, and I need to go back and finish that series because now I have questions, because they're, it's not a ton of stuff. It's really just Gabe. I need to see how far he's come from being.
But that series, I love the Fort Lauderdale series. There's some really cute. And then that novella you put out, like with the mom and oh my gosh, just loved that.
Oh, you're talking about, that was in the anthology, the short story with the mom. So the first couple in the Lauderdale series, that's from Slapshot, is Vaughn and Juliet. Vaughn's father is a widower and Juliet's mother is a widow. And in this short story that I did for a charity anthology, they get together.
Super cute. Also, Vaughn and Juliet's meet cute, adorbs, just adorable.
Yeah, so she's at the game. She gets hit he shoots a slap shot and hits her in the head. That's on the back cover, so
we're not spoiling.
It's just so cute. I loved it.
Yeah, and she winds up with amnesia. So
yeah, but it was such a great read. It was a fast read too. I think that's one of the things I always feel with your books too. They feel fast. Like, they're great stories, but the way they're written, they absorb you in, and you can sit down and you realize later that 6 hours have passed. Or you have to feed your children dinner because they want to eat.
They don't need to eat dinner.
Right. There's pizza in the freezer. Figure it out, sister. So the Kickstarter is live right now. It ends next Thursday. Power Play is out now, wherever you get books. Then what is next after we're going back to the Rockstars in April, right?
Yes. Rock On, final book in the Rockstar series. Yeah, it is a second chance. It is the drummer of the band. So what you find out in the first book is that he used to be married, and oh gosh, there are spoilers here. I can't give spoilers.
Don't
even though
give
it's
spoilers.
almost a year. I know that many of you haven't read it yet. You have to go back and read Rock Bottom. So much happens in Rock Bottom. And
It lays all the foundation for all of
it
the
really
books
does.
and how things. Gretchen, is it angsty? Rock Bottom? It's a little angsty. I think it's probably angsty for you, Kat. You don't tend to write overly angsty books.
Yeah, it's not overly angsty, but it's angsty.
Yeah, but yeah, Rock Bottom's pretty angsty, and there's a lot happening and big emotions. You do like in this Rockstar series, you do like to toy with our emotions a little bit. You kind of dragged us a little bit there, friend, just so you know. I'm not sure I'm
Yeah.
okay yet, but I will be.
don't
I just
like
need this
emotions.
last book.
This last book is going to drag you a lot before you get to where we need to be.
Okay.
He is still very hurt over what happened. And but so is she. You know?
Yeah.
The cover, awesome.
The Rockstar, all 4 of the Rockstar series, the covers are. And actually, I have to tell you, Kat, that the Fort Lauderdale Knights covers, I don't know what changed all of a sudden. Like, you launched those, and I'm like, at first I was like, what? Where did this cover come from? It was sexy. And now the Power Play cover, I'm like, I'm in. I don't know. Did you change cover designers or just kind of
Nope.
decide to go a new way, or?
I decided to go a new way, but it's the same designer. And the Alaska Blizzard series is going to get an overhaul, the covers. And I'm working on alternate covers for the rock stars that will only be available at signings.
Nice. Look at Heather. She's like, okay.
I'm a sucker for those. Well, there's one cover where like we're strategically placed over some of the good stuff. And so maybe if we move some of the writing.
Series.
Which
Rock God.
Oh, well, yeah.
We try not to get banned off the retail places, Heather.
Yeah. Amazon is they're a little conservative about those things.
Gretchen's like, that's the exact cover I was looking at, which is if you are headed to Denver, make sure you join Kat's reader group, because I think you shared today, it might have been Kelly, it could have been Gina. Listen, I'm a hot mess 99% of the time. Somebody shared about book cake, and Gina is so excited about book cake.
So listen, this is going to be a great thing. We sponsored a cake event. The 6 of us who are doing the Bang Brothers hockey, we are going to be sitting in a hallway outside of the Rising Star event, and we are each going to have a cake with our covers featured on the cake. And I think mine is red velvet. Somebody has carrot cake. It is going to be to die for. And come have a piece of cake for free, maybe buy a book if you feel like it, talk to us about the Bang Brothers, pick up some exclusive swag. Come see us in Denver. We're going to have a lot of fun.
Yeah, I am so excited for everybody. So, and if you do stop and see Kat or any of the Bang Brother authors, make sure you let them know that I sent you. That
oh my God, stop.
Becky sent you.
I'll be there.
Let them know that you came from Buzzing About Romance. I don't know, just because I said so.
Okay.
It'll be fun.
I love you all. I'm so jealous. It just didn't work for this year for me to be in Denver, but I love you all. And I'm just like, I need to hang out with, these are my people.
I did, Kat, look up your next release for the Phantoms. So Foul Play Book 2 comes out June 18th. So that's this series. Your Rock Harder series comes out April 23rd. So shortly after Denver. And then the Bang Brothers all start releasing in early June.
Yes. I think the first one is June 11th ish.
Correct.
Yep.
Mine is September. Mine is July 9th. And I think we go into August because, you know, it's the off season so for all you hockey fans, this is your summer hockey reading.
Yep. Well, and we should say, make sure you like and subscribe to the YouTube channel because I am going to be back in June and in August. I think it's June and August. And Heather's coming too. With a couple of the authors for each. We're going to do it in 2 groups. The Bang Brothers authors are going to come hang out with us here on YouTube for an evening and talk about the books and the process and share a little bit about their stories. And it's going to be so fun. Ultimate Girls Night with some of our favorite hockey romance authors. And it's so funny because Kelly is always like, I'm just awkward. And I'm like, Kelly, you do great.
She's not awkward. She thinks she is, but she's fantastic.
She's like, just let Kat do it. I'm like, listen, sister. I said no.
If you're not in Kelly Jameson's reading group, I had a crappy day. When she posted her picture of her wearing her tiara when she left, I'm like, I love you so much. I can't even.
She answered the door with her tiara on. Did you read the whole post?
Yes.
Cleaning something and she found it. So she put it on her head and then she forgot it was there. And then the repairman came and she did not remember that she had the tiara on her head.
Oh my
and
God.
she went and answered the door. It's my favorite story of the whole week.
It's a great story. Susie, all of the Bang Brother books are going to be wide. All the authors participating in the Bang Brothers series are wide authors. So their books are available on all platforms, and are not in KU.
Special edition hardcovers will only be available on the Kickstarter. But as far as just reading the series with the regular covers, the ebooks, they will be available everywhere in the summer.
Yep, wherever books are sold. Does anybody else have any questions for Kat? Heather, do you have any other questions for Kat?
I was just going to say, Kat is in Kobo Plus. So if you are also a Kobo reader, you can read Kat on Kobo Plus.
Oh, is that what you've been doing? Are you stalking her over there?
Yeah, no, I do read her on Kobo.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
I have both. I can, why not? So
use them both. No.
Kobo Plus is a great platform to read on. It really is.
It is. I just need to get a different e-reader because I can't read on a blue light. Okay, so you can find all the places to follow Kat in the links, the description of the video. I am live next Thursday on Instagram with Elise Faber. So we're going to talk even more about hockey. This is like the month of hockey. Yeah. So we will talk more about Elise's new release, and then we'll also absolutely touch on the last day of the Kickstarter because it goes till midnight that night. Kat, thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Thank you for having me. I always have the best time with you guys.
Yeah, we love chatting with you. It's always a blast. Anyway, everybody make sure you follow and like and subscribe on the channel so you can find out when we have our next happy hour. Until next time, everyone, happy reading. Bye.
Bye.